What is going on, everybody? We have a loaded show for you tonight on our second annual Christmas stream. So everybody join up. It's gonna be a fun one because again, we have a lot to discuss around Nebraska football, all the transfer rumors right now. Aidan Chiles potentially being the Huskers' next starting quarterback. I know that's gonna be controversial. I'll give you my unfiltered reaction to when I initially found the news. Now what I'm thinking around Aidan Chiles, whether or not the Huskers will actually land him. A couple other quarterback prospects I have my eyes out for. What's going on in the portal overall. Some running backs, wide receivers, offensive linemen, defensive linemen, bowl game talk, coaching carousel. When are we going to find our D-line coach? Man, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Who we're going to lose in the portal? Yeah, it's going to be a big time one. So we have a lot to talk about, folks. Hold on, everybody. Everybody get in here. Everybody let me know. Hit that like button on the stream. Let's get things started. So let's talk about the elephant in the room right off the bat. Let's discuss the elephant in the room. Nebraska's potential brand new starting quarterback with the way it's looking. I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat things. It's looking like this is going to be our guy. And I know everybody has their opinion, so make sure to put your opinion in the comment section. Aidan Chiles, the former starting quarterback at Michigan State, former starting quarterback at Oregon State, one of the biggest transfers in America 2 years ago. Obviously did not live up to expectations at Michigan State, but there's still a lot of positives around this guy, okay? What we can say around Aidan Chiles for a fact is that he's somebody with incredible upside, dual threat. Everybody wants a dual threat. Okay, here's your guy, right? He has NFL aspirations. He's 6'3", 230, built out of lab, can make every single throw on the football field. So I know a lot of people, and I already see it, people are saying, oh my goodness, worst case scenario, we're going to get Aidan Chiles, we're screwed, this, that, and third. I understand that. I understand why people are frustrated a little bit. But again, I want you to take a note that even if Aidan Chiles were to come here, and again, it's looking that way, it's looking like Aidan Chiles is going to be our starter. Hold on, sorry, one of my mods, whoever's deleting the comment sections in the chat, I'm gonna unmod you all around. Come on, what are you doing, bro? Yeah, I don't know why he's deleting stuff in the chat. Anyways, we're getting back to it. We're getting back to Aidan Chiles. Anyways, going back to Aidan Chiles. Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, take in mind that he's probably not going to be our starter next year. Okay, it's still going to be TJ. I'm still of the belief that whoever we bring in, it's going to be TJ. I'm of that belief. So, again, let me ask you once again, why would we bring in a $3 million quarterback like Colin Joseph, like, whoever you want, right? Let's go down the list here. Who do you guys want? Drew Messonmaker? You want Byron Brown? Why would we bring in a $3 million quarterback for that guy to start? Okay, rather we can bring in a guy like Aidan Chiles, who can come here, compete. He might not be the best in the world. I'm not saying he's the best in the world. He has a lot of flaws, some off the field flaws, definitely. But hey, man, I just think a lot of people, they're comparing him to Jeff Sims 2.0. They're saying this, that, and the third around Aidan Chiles. Is he really the worst? Like, I understand we played him and he played awful this year. I understand that. Trust me, I was the first one who was saying that. But again, that was only one game. And we've seen Aidan Chiles play some pretty good football. That Boston College game not too long ago at the start of the season, one of his best games of his career. Okay, there's a reason why everybody wanted him just a couple years ago. And let me ask you this. Around Aidan Chiles. Is it possible that he could be better than Dylan Raiola? Is that possible? Is that possible? The bar is not super big here. Now that we finally can look back on the Dylan Raiola era, we can look at it objectively. Nobody has some sort of opinion toward Dylan, whether it's negative or biased or negative or positive. Let's just look at the full body of work of Dylan Raiola. Is it crazy to say that Aidan could be better? Is that crazy? I'm not saying it's probable. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but is it possible? Absolutely, it's possible. So when I'm looking right now at the quarterback market, I see a lot of quarterbacks I'd much rather have than Aidan Chiles 100%. But I also see some quarterbacks so I'm like, I would much rather take Aidan Chiles because Aidan Chiles checks a lot of boxes. Again, he's a starter. He has high potential. He's not going to cost you a lot of money. Those are the three most important things. Okay, I would much rather have Aidan Chiles than maybe like a guy like Kenny Minchey, who has barely played in his career. Tell me if I'm wrong. Let's go one by one. All the people who are against Aidan Chiles, let's go one by one. Tell me who you would rather have over Aidan Chiles. Would you rather have Kenny Minchey, who's barely played football at Notre Dame? You could argue has high potential. He's a game manager. I would argue Kenny Minchey has a higher floor. But would you rather have him over Aidan Chiles? I would say no. Would you rather have Beau Pribula, who's basically in the exact same category as Aidan Chiles? The exact same category. I don't think I'd rather have Beau Pribula. I don't, honestly. He might be better in the locker room, but I don't think I'd rather have Beau Pribula. Would you rather have Kane Hauser? Okay, I'd probably rather have Kane Hauser, to be honest with you. Would you rather have Colton Joseph? Okay, probably rather have Colton Joseph. Would you rather have Dylan Longergate, who is the other guy who Nebraska is rumored to be going after? Would you rather have this guy who is the starting quarterback of quite literally the worst team in all power football? Would you rather have him? Would you rather have him? That's my question to you. That's my question. So is Aidan Chiles an ideal quarterback? No, he's not an ideal quarterback. No, but you could do a lot worse than Aidan Chiles. And I've been trying to tell you guys, this is Nebraska football. Like it or not, we're not getting a big time name. I hate to say that, but it's true and we all know it. I hate to say it, but it's true. We all know it. Everybody wants Sam Levitt. Why would Sam Levitt come here? We don't offer the most money, and we're not going to offer winning. So he's off the table. Same deal with Messemaker. Byron Brown's going to follow his coach. Sorsby's going to go win and get money. Hoover's going to go win and get money. Lagway's going to go win and get money. Rocco Beck's going to go win and get money. So everybody even goes and says the Colton Joseph guy. They're like, oh, we need to go after and get Colton Joseph. He's going to cost money. It's not like we're getting this guy for free. And also, at the exact same time, it's like, does Colton Joseph even fit this Dane Holgorsen offense? That's my question to you. That's my question to you. Does Colton Joseph fit this Dane Holgorsen offense that is still pass first? Colton Joseph is a run first quarterback. Okay. Yes, absolutely we want a dual threat quarterback. No question about it. We absolutely want a dual threat quarterback. But there's a misconception around TJ, and I was having this conversation today with somebody. And I was having this conversation about TJ. There's a misconception in the fan base that Dana Holgorsen wants a run first quarterback, that TJ is a run first guy. TJ is a pocket passer, but TJ has some great legs. That's the difference. Okay, Colton Joseph is not a pocket passer. He is a run-first guy. He does not fit the Holgorsen offense. So although I like his game a lot, and if we were running again the Scott Frost offense, he'd be a really good fit. If we were running even the Bo Pelini offense, would be a really good fit. But we're not running that anymore. Cheers, by the way, folks. So again, I love this guy's game, but does he fit what we do? Great question. Okay, go down the line. Aaron Philo, do you guys want him? Like, again, stop me if you guys want somebody over Aidan Chiles. Okay, stop me if you guys want somebody over him. Okay, I don't want Aaron Philo over him. I don't want the Mississippi State transfer. Jaden Craig, he's but he's not dual threat. He's not dual threat. Antoine Hill, he's a true freshman. Trey Owens never played. Jaden Davis never played. Braden Atkinson's is a FCS packet passer. Juwan Johnson never played. Traven Jackson's never played. Jake Merkenliger never played. Isaac Wilson, don't want to touch him. That's Zuck Wilson's brother. JJ Cole has Nebraska connections, played well, but he's a pocket passer. Colin Hurley, don't want to touch him, never played. Jackson Kolek, never played. AJ Swan, never played. Colorado State transfer, he's garbage. Teron Dickens, I do like Teron Dickens. I do actually like me some Teron Dickens. So that'd be one. That'd be one, actually. But like, again, I'm trying to tell you, who is better? Who's better? Everybody got some opinion, but you can do so much worse than Aidan Chiles. You have no idea. You have no idea. You can do so much worse than him. So I'm not going to sit here and say, I want Aidan Chiles. I'm not going to sit here and say, I got really amped up when I saw that headline that he's visiting. But I would be remiss if I told you guys it was the end of the world, because Aidan Chiles ain't going to be our starter either way. If he comes here, if he doesn't come here, it's still going to be TJ. It's still going to be TJ. You don't got to believe. You don't got to believe TJ. It's still going to be TJ no matter who we bring in. And we're not bringing in a big name. Like, sure, could Colton Joseph potentially beat out TJ? Maybe, but Colton Joseph isn't coming. Could Kane Hauser maybe beat out TJ? Sure, but I don't know if Kane Hauser's coming. Of the realistic candidates who are going to land, TJ will beat out every single one of them. Every single one of them. So just, I don't get why people are freaking out about this. It's not like Chiles is going to be our starter. People are like, oh, we should get rid of Matt Rule already. He's tanking next season. I don't understand all of it, man. And again, I also want to tell y'all this. A lock and shades around Aidan Chiles. While it looks like he's going to be our guy right now, like it looks that way. Again, we know how the portal operates. The portal hasn't even opened yet. Yes, we're tampering with Aidan Chiles. Of course we're tampering. But again, he could go get a new suitor. He could like Cincinnati more. He could not like his visit to Nebraska. Okay, we're going to do our due diligence in that visit. We might not even want him as badly as what we think right now. So you guys might get your wish and say, okay, we might not actually get him. But I've been doing this a long time. No, it's a long process, bro. The portal hasn't even opened up yet, man. The portal hasn't even opened up yet. But I'm just here to tell all you guys, Aidan Chiles is not that big of a nightmare as what most people are saying. He just isn't. He just isn't, man. He just isn't. So that's the conversation around Aidan Chiles. I will say the only thing The only thing I will say about Aidan that I'm not a fan of at all, and this is what I do know for a fact, is that he's a locker room nightmare in a way. Okay, he is a Dylan Raiola in a way where, again, when you have guys like Dylan Raiola, when you have guys like Aidan Chiles, they're locker room nightmares because when they don't get their way, they pout. And Dylan Raiola, the second his way wasn't, once his way wasn't the highway anymore, he started pouting. After one game of TJ Lateef playing versus UCLA, he was looking out elsewhere. Aidan Chiles got benched multiple times, but he was not a leader on the sideline for Michigan State. So that's the one thing I'll say about Aidan. Well, yes, he's very raw. Yes, he's not a very good quarterback yet. I'm not really worried about all that just yet because he ain't going to start, but I am worried about the culture impact. And I don't know if he fits the culture. I don't know. I will. That's the only thing I will say, and I think that's a valid concern around Aidan Chiles. But again, there's just in order for you to diss Aidan Chiles, I'm not telling you what to believe. You guys can believe whatever you want to believe. Okay, this is an open-minded channel. But if you are against Aidan Chiles, give me a name who is more realistic than Aidan Chiles, who you would like. Okay, don't bring up Brandon Sorsby. Don't bring up Cole Joseph. If you want to diss the guy, that's cool. But bring up a name who we could land instead, who you like better. That's what I'll say about Aidan Chiles. Because I'll tell you, I want to make sure clear, I'm not a Chiles advocate, but again, I'm not saying it's the end of the world. I would like a couple other guys to know. I wouldn't mind a Teron Dickens over him, to be honest with you. I think Teron Dickens is a stud. I wouldn't mind a Michael Van Buren over him. Right? I mean, let's just pull up Van Buren's stats here. Van Buren hasn't entered the portal just yet, but this is somebody who I think would be a home run, who fits what we're going to do here. Okay? Who is a former Michigan or Mississippi State star. I think Michael Van Buren would be a smash hit. Somebody with a quick release, gets out to the pocket quick, nice dual threat. Starting experience in the SEC, not going to cost you a buck. Can come in here and compete. I like Michael Van Buren. I like me some Teron Dickens, who is at FCS Western Carolina. Again, he's about 6 foot tall, 180, but again, he threw for over 2,500 yards this past season, only 2 interceptions, incredibly efficient. I mean, are his passing mechanics absolutely terrible? Yes, they are. It looks like he's hurting to throw the football, but I also watched Diego Pavia barely throw the football at Vanderbilt this year, and when he did, it looked painful, and that dude was the Heisman runner-up. So if Diego Pavia can do it, I think Teron Dickens could do it, okay? Being undersized at quarterback doesn't really mean anything nowadays. So I wouldn't even mind Teron Dickens. I wouldn't even mind a Caden Hauser, to be honest with you. Caden Hauser is a name that's kind of growing on me, where at the start of the process, I was like, there's no way I want Caden Hauser in Nebraska. You feel me? Like he threw for over 2,000 yards, 19 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. But I'm starting to watch his film, and I'm like, you know what? This guy can scoot a little bit. He's a runner. He's 6'3", 230. Good build on him. Good accuracy. Good arm strength. He started at Michigan State a little bit. We actually played him in 2023 down there at East Lansing. I mean, I wouldn't even mind Caden Hauser. But I go into this knowing, and the reason why I'm not freaking out like everybody else is that I go into this knowing that whoever we bring in is still going to be TJ. It's still going to be TJ. We just bring in these guys for depth. So that's why I'm kind of cool with the Chiles thing, and I love the Van Buren thing. I would love the Van Buren. That would be the best one. Or Teron Dickens. Teron Dickens would be a stud. I think Teron Dickens would be a home run given what we're after right now. We're looking for a budget baller. We're looking for some off Temu. We're not going straight to Amazon. We're not going straight to the Louis store. Okay, everybody, when everybody talks about who they want in the portal, they're going to the Louis store. They're like, I want my Sorsby, I want my Levitt. Hey, we're not going to the Louis store. We're going to Goodwill. We're getting some for free, if not very, very cheap. Very cheap, about $5, $10. We're going to the Goodwill. Oh, you can pass the Louis store. You can pass the Lululemon. You can even pass the Walmart. We're going to Goodwill. You can go pick yourself out some. Okay, we'll go back to that Louis store in a little bit. We're going to go get an offensive lineman at the Louis store. We're going to go get a D tackle at the Louis store. We might go get ourselves a running back in the Louis store, but we certainly ain't get a quarterback there. That's expensive. That's above our price range. Okay, we're going to go at Goodwill to get our quarterback. So the way it is, man. Just the way it is. So that's the quarterback discussion, man. Also, I forgot to mention Lincoln Kienholz. We got to mention Lincoln Kienholz real quick. Forgot to mention him. Lincoln Kienholz ain't bad. I'm not going to lie. This would be somebody who is kind of like the anti-Chiles in a way. But Ohio State fans love him. We're familiar with him. Obviously, coming out of South Dakota, Nebraska recruiting him out of high school. He's a 4-star kid, never played, but he's been a pretty solid back for Ohio State. So this is still a name to watch. I mean, I wouldn't mind myself some Lincoln Kienholz. Now I get to see. That's tough. Is he better than Aidan Chiles, though? That's what we have to consider. Who would you rather have? Lincoln Kienholz, who's never played meaningful football in his entire career and is incredibly unproven, while you could argue has a high floor, or would you take Aidan Chiles, who's a big unknown but has played and does have phenomenal potential? I mean, you can't deny the potential of Aidan Chiles. Okay, Lincoln Kindles, if he lived up to his potential, he could be a 5th round pick. If Aidan Chiles lived up to his potential, he could be the 1st overall pick, right? Who would I rather have? Ooh, that's tough. I mean, I wouldn't mind Kindles. I'm just looking at it. Whoever can come in here, give us the best bang for our buck, and give TJ the best run for his money and help TJ develop. That's what I want. Honestly, Lincoln, the more I think about it, I honestly wouldn't mind Lincoln more than I would Chiles. And I would not be shocked Nebraska goes after Chiles or goes after Kindles, but just kind of depends if he enters the portal or not, right? And if he does enter the portal, it's probably not going to be until after Ohio State gets eliminated, right? So that's a huge discussional point around him. So that's the quarterback conversation. We'll get back to that as the live stream progresses. Also, well, actually, we need to talk about the second part of this, which I think is the bigger part of this, is now with Marcus Davila leaving, we have a huge problem on our hands. We have a huge problem. It is a huge problem. And that's why I didn't get it when I saw the instant reaction and people are like, well, Marcus Davila doesn't change anything. By him leaving, it doesn't really matter. Oh, it matters a lot because now we only have one scholarship quarterback and we don't have a freshman coming in. We don't got ourselves a TJ Lateef coming in this year. We don't got ourselves a Dane Raiola. We don't even got ourselves a Logan Smothers coming in. We got nobody. So we got TJ Lateef and TJ Lateef alone. Meaning, I'm not worried about Nebraska getting a transfer at quarterback. I mean, whether it's a Chiles, whether it's a Kindles, whether it's a Teron Dickens, I don't know. But it's not that we have to land one, it's that we have to land two. And the second one is going to be darn near impossible to land. And I mean impossible. Because you have to sell a quarterback on transferring to Nebraska to be our 3rd stringer. There is no quarterback in America who wants to take on that role. People will say, well, what about the D2 quarterback? Well, the D2 quarterback doesn't want to be a 3rd stringer. People will say Zane Flores. Zane Flores doesn't want to be a 3rd stringer. People, we will have to probably go to the D3 ranks over here. We'll probably have to go to the NAIA ranks. And even that's going to be a hard time to convince those guys because those guys want to play. And a lot of quarterbacks would rather be a starter at a D3 school. Really, they'd rather be a D3 starter than the 3rd stringer at Nebraska and will have no opportunity to ever play. Literally. That's the way it is. So what's Nebraska going to do? Because we have to take a guy like Gramstad. Probably, again, if you're expecting our second quarterback transfer to be any good, it's probably not going to happen. And that's why, and I go back to my argument I made about a week ago when I was mad that Nebraska refused to take Jet Tamala, because again, it's not about getting Jet Tamala. It's about the fact that we don't have a freshman coming in. We needed a freshman in this class. You can't just skip out on quarterbacks in every class because you feel good about Trey Taylor. You need to take a quarterback every single class. So by Dane Riley decommitting, us having no other options, it really messed up the future of our quarterback room. And even, I mean, let's say we only land one quarterback transfer. We have a walk-on as our 3rd stringer. It's not like this issue's going away because we'll bring in a guy. Let's say it's an Aidan Chiles. Let's say we bring in Aidan Chiles to the portal. Let's say our quarterback room next year consists of TJ Lateef, Aidan Chiles, and a walk-on. Okay. Well, after next season, what do you think is going to happen? Aidan Chiles is probably going to transfer, because he probably won't start over TJ. TJ will probably still be here. Trey Taylor's going to come in here, but then you still don't have anybody else beside him. You still only have 2 quarterbacks who are scholarship, and you have to go get another one in the portal. So it's just an ongoing issue. I mean, our quarterback depth went from really good to quite literally horrendous overnight. We have no depth. I can't say the depth's horrendous. There is no depth to begin with to judge. So that is a huge problem. Huge problem. Okay, it's not like offensive line, defensive line. Sometimes you can convince guys to come here and, be 3rd stringers because it's a lot easier to go on the field at defensive line if you rise through the ranks. A quarterback, you can't rise through the ranks unless somebody gets injured, really. It's not like a 3rd stringer is going to come here and prove himself and beat TJ out. That's just not going to happen. So in my opinion, that's the bigger problem. That's the bigger problem. People said Roger Gradney's in the portal. Yeah, we revealed that. We revealed that, 3 or 4 days ago? Yeah, apparently what happened with Roger Gradney is that they took out his jersey at practice and they gave it to a freshman. So I found out, about a week ago that he was no longer with the team. AR Husker says, let's not talk about Aidan Chiles, literal garbage quarterback. Listen, we have to talk about Aidan Chiles because, like it or not, he is the favorite to come here. I don't know. And again, I understand everybody's against Chiles. I understand that. Trust me. And I get your criticism. I'm not going to sit here and try to tell you what to believe. Okay. I'm not going to try to convince you that Aidan Chiles is an elite quarterback because I don't believe that myself. But we have to talk about Aidan Chiles because more likely than not, he's our guy. Okay, and whether you like it or not, it doesn't matter. What matters is what the coaching staff believes. It's the way it is. It's the way it is. The coaching staff believes. Now, my question to you, do you believe in the coaching staff to make this right decision with their track record? Do you believe in Matt Rule to take the right quarterback in the portal? I mean, seriously, let's just take Chiles out of the equation here. Let's take Chiles out of the equation. Let's say Chiles isn't going to come here. Let's say you guys get your wish. Do you, even if Chiles doesn't come here, do you still have confidence in Matt Rule to pick the right guy? That's my question to you. Do you, in your heart of hearts, do you believe in him and Pat Stewart? Do you hear that? It's crickets. I don't see a hand raised. I don't see a hand raised. AR Husker, I don't see your hand raised. All right, I don't see your hand raised. I don't see anybody's hand raised. Dallas, do I see you, Dallas? Do you got a hand raised? No. So again, do we really even trust the coaching staff to make this right decision? I don't think so. But it's probably going to be Aidan at this, because again, he's visiting the first weekend. And if he's visiting the first weekend, it means we are his number one choice, and he probably is our number one choice. That's just the way it goes. And the portal is going to move quickly. We're going to see a lot of visitors the second the portal opens up. We're going to see commits literally within the first 2 days because tampering's been going on. The portal's already open, basically, because tampering happens, man. Tampering happens. All right. We'll get back to the quarterback discussion as the live stream progresses. Again, we got a lot to talk about tonight. Let's now get into the rest of the portal. Let's just scatter it out. Let's talk about how aggressive we're willing to be at every single position, what's going on behind the scenes, who's going to lose, who's going to stay. Again, let's start off with the running back discussion because, again, we haven't really seen any running backs transfer yet besides Jamarion Parker. Obviously, Emmett's gone. Obviously, we have one more. Who's the other guy's leaving? Oh, no, we don't have, no, it's Emmett, it's Jamarion. But Vince Stanto might leave, he might graduate, you never know there. So, again, right now the running back room's not great. We probably still have to take 2 running backs in the portal. I mean, let's look at this. Who is there? Who's available? Who do we like? Who do we like right now at the running back spot? I'll tell you what, I do like some of these names. I like myself some Cam Edwards. He ran for over 1,000 yards this season. He's a stud. He's somebody who EJ Barthel's familiar with. I do like myself some Cam Edwards. I do like myself some Hollywood Smothers. However, with this point, it looks like he's probably going to go to a better program than us, even though I would like him. I do like myself at Nana Muhammad. I mean, people really like Dylan Edwards. How realistic is Dylan Edwards really? Okay, and he's another guy who's a locker room cancer. But, so again, I'm not saying I'm opposed to taking locker room cancers. I wouldn't mind some guys who, maybe aren't the best off the field sometimes. But again, they have to have the talent to overshadow that. Does Dylan Edwards have the talent to overshadow his me over the team ability? I don't think so. He's talented for sure, but is he a game changer? I don't believe that. I do like me some CJ Baxter. I wouldn't mind him. I do like me some Mekhi Frazier. I think we have a lot of options at running back. I do. Damari Alston, I would not mind him. I would not mind Fame coming out of Minnesota. Would not mind Evan Dickens. Would not mind Zillin Perry. Would not mind Caleb Jackson, even though he's barely played, but I do like him. I do really like LJ Phillips coming out of South Carolina, San Diego, coming out of South Dakota. That dude's a dog. Wouldn't mind him. So I honestly think we're going to have a lot of success with the running back portal. I'm actually getting really excited about the running back portal. And we haven't even seen the best guys enter just yet. We're going to see some better prospects enter. So expectation there, still probably to land 2. Wide receiver, I mean, we got some good ones in here. Again, Nick Marsh. Like me some Nick Marsh. Love me some Amarian Miller. Love me some Jace Brown. A lot of speed. Trey Brown, who just talked about on the channel, he's a dog. Who we got? Nico Brown's really good coming out of Yale. Really good route runner. Jackson Harris, 6'3", deep ball threat at Hawaii. Former Stanford receiver. Like him a lot. Like the receiver talent, solid too. Night Carr's not bad. Malik Elsie's not bad. So again, the portal looks like this right now, but again, still in an open juice yet. We're going to see a lot of movement within this next week. See a lot more movement. Okay, let's go to tight end. Who we got at tight end? Brody Foley, stud. Walker Lyon, stud. Offensive line, see some better names. Honestly, the offensive line portal looks pretty loaded. I mean, we get some really good budget players in the portal, like this guy coming out of UConn. So, I mean, we haven't seen again the big names enter just yet, but then they're coming. I will say the defensive line doesn't look very good just yet. I've been scouting out the D line as of recent. Like, there's not too many players I love here on the D line. Not too many. Linebacker's kind of the same way. The linebacker portal right now is very weak. The fact that Omar Graham is the 5th best linebacker in the portal, that's a joke. Omar Graham, I mean, he's whatever. Nebraska wanted him last year, but he's not much. Let's see. Yeah, actually, I actually kind of like the DB portal right now with Bo Musco. Bo Musco is really good. Boo Carter, who we're going after coming out of Tennessee, he's number one safety in the portal right now. Cam Jones isn't bad. Scooter Jackson isn't bad. Dakota Fields isn't bad. He's more of a high upside get though. To our old friend Dwight Boodle's in the portal. Who wants a reunion with Dwight Boodle? No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't mind him. He had a really good year at Charlotte. Really good year. So again, that's what the portal's looking like right now. We'll talk about who you guys want in the comment section here in a bit, but again, there's some good names. And again, we will start seeing the bigger names enter soon. The only really the big time quarterbacks have already entered, but we'll start seeing the big time offensive linemen enter soon enough. Soon enough. I think there's again. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you on New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and the day after New Year's Day. Oh my goodness, that 3-day stretch. Portal news after portal news. I mean, we're going to be making like 3 or 4 videos a day at that point. It's just we're going to see some studs enter. We're going to see some studs. All right, that's the portal segment. We'll get back to the portal. Talk a little bit of recruiting here in a second. Hold on, I got a super chat here. If you guys want to comment, instantly put in a super chat. Troy, my man Troy, good to hear from you, my man. Thank you for the super chat. He says, Wilson, why do you call Ohio State title last season a fraud? They beat 6 top teams last season en route to that title. Nebraska could only dream of that. Because they lost 2 regular season games, Troy. I mean, that's just the way it is. They lost 2 regular season games. One was to Oregon, which that was a great loss. I mean, that was a close ball game, went down the wire. But then they lost to Michigan, who didn't have a quarterback last year. So objectively, Ohio State, in my opinion, had the worst resume. And you could argue talent's different, but from a resume standpoint, they had the worst college football national championship resume in a very long time. Last season, at least. So again, I'm not a fan of the 12-team playoff at all. I like the 8. I like 8. I think 8 would have been the most because again, in my opinion, there are not 12 worthy teams of winning a national title. Okay, Miami is not worthy to win a national title. Ole Miss might not be worthy to win a national title. I wouldn't even say 6 teams. I'd say like 5 teams are worthy at the very most, maybe 5. But I would be willing to go to 8. But I think just 12's too much. And the dirty secret, the only reason we went to 12 teams is because of ESPN and their greed. That's the reality. Okay. People say, oh, we went to 12 teams for the betterment of the sport. We did not do it for the betterment of the sport. We went to it because ESPN was greedy. They wanted more money in their pockets. ESPN controls the sport. And they said, we're going from 4 to 12 because we're going to get more ratings, more money, more TV viewership, this, that, and the third. And it's going to be great for our company. So just know if you support the 12-team playoff, you're kind of supporting ESPN's pockets, and I'm not a big ESPN dude because again they got an agenda. But that's my take. Feel free to disagree with me. I know that's a little bit controversial. All right, let's talk recruiting here a little bit. I mean, let's talk Ahmad Hudson. We talked about it a little bit today on the channel, but again, just keeping it real around the Ahmad Hudson situation. Obviously, what he's posted on Twitter, all the stuff right now, saying if I committed to Nebraska, would my phone blow up? The Trey Taylor stuff, the Tay Ellis stuff. How real is the smoke around Ahmad Hudson? I mean, I'll say this around Ahmad. I definitely believe this is real. I fully expect Ahmad Hudson to commit to Nebraska at this point in time. However, I don't think it's going to be like today or tomorrow like some people are anticipating. I think he's going to still draw this out, probably until February, maybe until, January at the earliest. But around Ahmad Hudson, it does sound very good. Now, I also want to address that he's not a silent commit. I know that for a fact. He hasn't told the staff that he's committed. He hasn't told Trey Taylor if he's committed, but they kind of know. They kind of know that it's looking that way around Ahmad Hudson. So, again, everybody says, oh, the 27 class is a far ways away. It's not a far ways away. Did people say that when Trey Taylor committed? Oh, yeah, they did say that. See, again, it's just the people who don't understand how recruiting works. They're like, oh, the 27 class are far ways away. So what do you expect us to do, to not talk about recruiting ever? Like, recruiting's half of the sport. That's like people talking about the NFL draft in January, and people say, no, the NFL draft's super far away. Well, no, it's not that far away. Okay, so again, I don't understand people who are like, recruiting doesn't matter, or recruiting's a far ways away. Recruiting is half this sport. It just is. It just is, man. Ahmad Hudson looking good for him. Obviously, Xavier Ballas, the other guy's a silent commit 4-star running back. Just got some crystal balls in for him as well. There are some problems with the 27 class. We talked about that earlier today. Like, honestly, the offense looks really good. I will say this. I don't know if Trey's watching this stream right now, but I'll text Trey this later. We need to start peer recruiting the defense in this class because the defense ain't looking as good. It's particularly on the defensive line, but also the linebackers. But that's a conversation for another day, but we'll talk about that as well. Other things on the agenda. I'll get in the comment section real quick, then we'll go back to the other stuff on the agenda. Let's get into what you guys are saying. Let's see. I'm going to try to find some good comments here. Here we go. Just sell it as a true quarterback battle unless let the best man win out. But then we should be able to get 2 quarterbacks. Then we will lose the 2 who don't get the starting position next year between Lateef, Chiles, and number 3. I just don't think there's many quarterbacks who want to come here and compete with 2 others. Okay, you can sell Chiles and come here competing with TJ, but you're not going to sell too many people on coming in and competing with Chiles and TJ. Okay, so it's just not going to be. I don't believe that's going to be a really realistic outcome. Okay, you're going to have 2 tiers of players. You're going to have 1 tier quarterback who you sell in the battle, and you're going to have another guy who you're very upfront with and say, you know what, we're going to keep it honest. You're just probably not going to play. You're going to be our 3rd stringer. Okay, because other than that, it'd be dishonest. And Matt Rule, say what you want about him, but he's very honest in this process. Very honest. Very honest. Give Marcos some extra money to stay. Dude, he's already getting like about as much money as a 3rd stringer can get. Like he got some money. He got some money for never playing a real meaningful snap this year. He got some money. So it wasn't a money thing. The dude, he just wants to play. The dude wants to play, you know? The dude wants to play. Can we get Keaton Thomas from Baylor? Let me pull up his stats real quick here. Keaton Thomas. Oh, yeah, linebacker just entered. Yeah. Honestly, he's a stud, bro. He's a stud. I was looking at him this morning. Yeah, over 100 tackles this season and last season. 3.5 sacks in the career, 2 interceptions. Yeah, oh, he's a stud. He entered the portal today or yesterday, I believe, right? I mean, honestly, with a stat line like him, though, it'll be tough. See, I don't really want to get my hopes up too much on if Nebraska will actually land this guy. I need to see how much money we're actually willing to spend in the portal. Because Matt Rule said, oh, we're going to be super aggressive in the portal. We're going to spend all this money. Got to see it to believe it. But I do think it is possible. I do think this is possible. And he's a really good inside linebacker. You know, we need some inside linebacker depth because we lose a lot there. And nobody really talks about it. Like, the linebacker core is really, really bad next season. Really bad. At jack and at middle linebacker. Like, Name another middle linebacker on this team for next season, not named Vinton Shavers. Name one. See, it took you a little bit, right? It took you a little bit. There's not many. There's not many inside linebackers on this team. There's just not many. It's a good point, though. It's a good point. Only Nebraska can find themselves in deep crap at quarterback. Again, what do you mean only Nebraska? See, I just think there's a narrative that the problems that Nebraska goes through are only happening at Nebraska. Like, every other program in America has these problems. Every other quarterback in America has these type of situations, or every other program in America has this type of situation. So again, this is not absurd. I just think a lot of Nebraska fans are like, they're so pessimistic, and they're like, well, this would only happen in Nebraska. The people said it during the year too. They're like, Nebraska's the worst team in America, while we were like 7-4. They were like, Nebraska's the worst team in America. Like, what? What? We have 7 wins. We have 7 wins. But people don't get it, man. It's all exaggerating. Could Aidan Chiles help NU get Nick Marsh or Mekhi Frazier? I mean, he could. Not sure how good that relationship is between them. I'm sure Aidan Chiles is buddies with Nick Marsh. I'm sure of that. I can't speak for Mekhi Frazier, though. That's a really good comment, though. I think, honestly, my impression is that he would help with it. My impression would. Not a big shocker, but Roger Granny entered the portal. Yeah, thank you, Jax, for the super chats. Yeah, again, Roger Granny entered the portal. We talked about that a couple days ago. Yep, Granny's gone. That's not a loss at all by any means. Not really a loss. Can we get this, that, and the third merch? Yeah, I don't know if we're ever doing merch, man. I don't know if we're ever doing merch. If I would do merch, it would be like cool merch. It would not have my name on it. It wouldn't have any like special logos. If I were to ever do merch, I would partner with a company who already does Nebraska gear, and I just make cool Nebraska gear. That's what I would do. And I've had that offer before to do that. And at the time I wasn't too interested, but now I might be. You never know. We might do merch this offseason, but again, it would be cool merch. Like, it wouldn't say my name on it. Like, I always find that cringy when like YouTubers make merch and has their name on it. Like, me personally, I'm not trying to wear a shirt with another dude's name on it, so I'm not trying to give people that type of merch. You know, if I were to make merch, it'd be cool. It'd be some like that has Nebraska N on it, has some cool things that are related to Nebraska. So we'll never know. Maybe one of my good friends is a clothing designer, so I might call him up. Who are the linebackers in the 27 class? 27 class. We're really not going after too many linebackers right now. I'll be honest with you. That's a problem. What does the 27 class do for the portal players? It really has no impact. I mean, at all, I'd say. I don't know what you're getting at. I don't know what you're getting at. What's your opinion of going and getting after Mark Gronowski like quarterback from the FCS? Well, again, I would not like a quarterback like Gronowski who's a run first guy, but I wouldn't mind, again, somebody who's productive in the FCS ranks. Again, like a Teron Dickens, for example, like the Mercer quarterback, maybe. Like you could even, some people like Jane Craig. I'm not really a Jane Craig guy, but you can convince me on Jaden Craig. So absolutely, I wouldn't mind an FCS quarterback who has elite production. That's, if we're gonna take an FCS quarterback, he needs to have elite at that level. He needs to be elite. He needs to be elite. Mayhem Gaming, appreciate you for the super chat. You guys want to comment read instantly put in a super chat. He says Bryce Baker, North Carolina, cheap, unlimited potential, but unproven. Let's look him up. I saw he entered the portal, but I didn't research him at all. Let's look him up. Let's look him up. So Bryce Baker, was he a true freshman this past season? So he did not play a snap for North Carolina. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. What was he as a recruit? Okay, not bad. Not bad. He's in class 25. Okay, not bad. But again, he's so unproven. That's the problem with him. Like, if you're gonna go get a guy like Bryce Baker, why not go get Aaron Noland, who's coming out of South Carolina? If you want to get somebody who's unproven with crazy potential, I would much rather get a guy like Aaron Noland, to be honest with you. To be honest. Or, going back to the portal here. Let's go back to it. Like, if we're going to get somebody who's completely unproven with really good potential, why not get a guy like an Antoine Hills, a very similar recruit? Okay, you're 6'5". Why not get a Trey Owens? Why not get a there aren't too many other names I really like. Even like a Stone Sanders recruit at high school. Like there's some better names. But I do like Bryce Baker. I actually do now remember watching his film a little bit from high school. He's a stud. I mean, he's fast. He got a nice arm. Offer list here, pretty solid. Not bad, yeah. Not bad. Oh, let me see his high school film real quick here. I don't got his high school film linked. Hold on. Let's find his On3 page. Let me find this guy's film real quick here. I'm gonna give it one look. Hold on. Tell me. Here we go. All right, we're gonna give it one look here. He gets one highlight to convince the chat to take Bryce Baker in the portal. One highlight. Let's see it. We'll give him another one. Okay. Bucket. Dropped in a bucket. One more. I want to see those legs. Nice release, yeah. Yeah, you're right. I could have sworn he was dual threat. There we go. Get outside. Not bad. Yeah, not bad. I wouldn't be interested personally, though. I wouldn't be interested. I think we can find better. If we're gonna get somebody who's unproven, I think we can get better. TBH. My man Jackson, thank you for the super chat. If you guys want to come over, instantly put in a super chat. My man Jackson, he says, love seeing all the Colorado players transferring, now starting to get how Colorado is as a program. Horrible. Yeah, I mean, that's how it is, man. Like, every single year it's the same deal. Okay, where Oklahoma takes a million players and they lose a million players. And they got some good players in the portal over that Colorado. I know we feel some sort of way about Colorado. I mean, but they got some dudes over there. They got some players who actually I wouldn't mind if Nebraska were to kick the tires on. Like, let's take a look here. Let's take a little look. Let's take a little look at the Colorado store. Let's take a little look at the Colorado store, folks. We're walking in the Colorado store. Okay. We see John Slaughter. Oh, we don't want him. We want Sean Myers. Oh, no, we don't want Sean Myers. Who are these guys here? Who do we like? Okay, I don't mind Carday Smith. He's a true freshman with really high potential. Okay, it would be a depth piece. Would kind of be like a Jacob Hood 2.0 in a way, where he might not work out. He might never play a snap, but he might live up to the potential he had out of high school. I do like to I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name. Taufik Bayard. He's actually tough. He's tough. I would not mind bringing him in. He had, I think, 60 or 70 tackles this year for Colorado. Solid in coverage, can play free and strong safety. Wouldn't mind if Nebraska kicked the tires there. Obviously, Amari Miller's a dog. Would loved that reunion for Nebraska legend Amari Miller to come home. I mean, they got some decent stuff over there at Colorado. Even like a TJ Branch, I wouldn't mind a TJ Branch, who we wanted coming out of high school originally. We really wanted TJ Branch. I remember covering him. I made a video about him. I think, when did I make my video about TJ Branch? I made my video about him, I think last summer. So not in 2025, but 2024 in the summer. I made a video specifically about him because I thought Nebraska was going to land him. So they got some decent stuff over there, man. But I agree with you, Jackson. I love to see that. I love to see it. But honestly, I do get a little bit sad. I mean, obviously, I don't love Colorado. This is my hot take, though. I kind of want them to be competitive. I do. I kind of want them to be like a 5 or 6 or 7 win team a year. I don't want them to be going to the college football playoff, but I just kind of like it when Colorado's decent because that would give fuel to the Colorado-Nebraska rivalry, and hopefully we could play them again. Like the next time we play Colorado, I don't want it to be a blowout. I want it to be competitive. I want there to be stakes. You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind if the results are blowout, but I don't want to go into it thinking it's going to be a blowout. I want to go into it being a little bit nervous because that's what rivalry's all about. That's a hot take, though. That's a hot take. And you guys know me, I actually don't hate Deion. I actually kind of like Deion Sanders a little bit. I kind of like Deion. Wilson, if we somehow beat Utah, you have to let your hair grow out. Dude. That would look terrible, man. That would look terrible. I get the buzz, man. I get a buzz, man. I get a buzz. Buzz that thing, and then I get it up to just a little long, and then I get right back down, man. I got myself the toddler cut. I love it. I love it. One day I'm gonna get a full on buzz cut like they get in the Navy, but I don't think I got the stones to do that just yet. If you were a good football player, would you really want Rule to be your teacher of football? Honestly, why not, man? I just think Rule's authentic. He's a very authentic person, and that's why recruits gravitate toward him. You know, he's very authentic. He's very real. You know, and when you're a recruit, that's what you're looking for. You're not looking for somebody who's a big developer. Really, you're just looking for somebody who can be real with you and can develop you. And I think Rule can develop. I'm not really worried about him from a developmental standpoint. Well, actually, okay, yes I am. But still. I still think it doesn't really matter too much. What's Hudson do for the basketball class? What's that looking like? Y'all want to pull up his basketball film? You know what? I have never watched Ahmad Hudson's basketball film. We gotta watch this. I've never watched Ahmad Hudson's basketball film, so we gotta turn this on, see what we got. Because I've never seen it. Because he's a 5-star basketball career as well. I mean, that's why I call him. He's a generational prospect because he is generational. Dude, where are these basketball highlights? Hold on. Does he even have basketball highlights? Does he even post the basketball highlights? Maybe they're on 3. Maybe they're on 3. Hold on. Here we go. Is this it? Please tell me this is... Oh, no, this is... I don't think he's even posted the basketball highlights. Man, that's tough. That's why I haven't watched them, because they're not out there. They're not even out there, man. Is Ahmad Hudson even good at basketball? We'll never know. Here, we'll watch this YouTube video real quick. Okay. Allie? Can he shoot, though? Okay, we don't want to see the football stuff. We've already seen the football stuff. We've already seen enough of the football stuff. Ahmad, I love you, man, but we don't want to see the interview. You got a mean dunk package. You got a mean alley package, but can he shoot? I don't know. I don't know if he can shoot. He probably can't. I will search and I will find the stuff. I will find the basketball highlights, so we'll do that at some point. We'll watch that at some point. Well, you been hear about Willis? Could he make a switch to middle linebacker instead of D-end? I would much rather have him at D-end. I think his upside's phenomenal at D-end rather than middle. He's a much better middle than he is an inside. So I'd rather convert him to D end, have him put on weight, have him be a 5-tech. I'd much rather that. Get him up to about 265. Be perfect. Thoughts on Rules rant on the simple program reset comment? Yeah, that was weird, man. That was weird. Honestly, like, I thought it was a fair question. Like, when you fire a lot of the coaching staff, and this is a brand new coaching staff again, and Dylan's leaving, like, objectively, it's kind of a reset. And Matt Rule said, well, no, it's not a reset. We're just tweaking stuff. Well, honestly, I would prefer it if you just said it was a reset. Honestly, I'd prefer if you just said, hey, it is a reset. Because currently, right now, I think it's safe to say we kind of have a broken process a little bit. Our process is a little bit flawed. The way we're doing things is flawed. So I think it'd give Nebraska fans more confidence if he said, you know what, we are resetting the way we do things. We're going to go from scratch. We're going to fix this. I think that'd give Nebraska fans more confidence going forward than just saying, oh, we're going to tweak a process that clearly already has some issues. Can we get some where do we go from here merch? We need all the buzzwords. We need without further ado, we need where do we go from here? We need this, that, and third. We need to call a spade a spade. We need if you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? We need what are other things I say? Absolute stud. Or do I say I used to say absolute stud a lot. We say I'm watching out for somebody. Dude, about every week I have like one phrase that I just repeat in the videos, and then the next week I repeat a different phrase. It just gets in my head, It's like the phrase of the week. And this week it's I have my eyes out for. That's the one this week. That's the one this week. This is the quarterback. Have our eyes out for this quarterback. I love it though, man. I love it. What about the linebacker who just entered the portal? I'll have to look him up. Why doesn't Nebraska heavily use the portal like Signetti or Kiffin? I mean, we do use the portal heavily. We got 20 transfers last year. I think that's a misconception. We definitely take some players in the portal. We take a lot. We're not going crazy like those other schools, but we definitely get some talent. Without further ado, exactly. We got to say without further ado. We say real deal. We need to have a conversation. Yeah, that's a go. We need to sit down right now and have a truthful and honest conversation. That one's a banger. Effective immediately. Yep. I've been using that one recently. What? There has to be one more. I don't know. And then people get mad at me. They're like, "You talk too fast, Wilson." I honestly don't know why I talk really fast sometimes. I think it's just because I never used to talk like super fast at times. But I think honestly, it's because the more I've done this, the more knowledgeable I get about this. I don't even do as many notes as I used to because I just kind of already know it. And I feel like, and at least I know this in my personal life, the people who talk the fast are the people who kind of already know what they're talking about. And I feel like that's the longer I've done this, the more I speed things up because it's like I don't gotta think, I just know. But I've been working on that because my older crowd will get mad at me. They'll be like, "Well, so you gotta slow it down." I'm like, I'm trying. But I also got to go through all this information in a short amount of time. I'm not trying to make these videos hours long. I'm trying to make them about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes at very most. So I got to go through a lot of info very in a quick amount of time. You feel me? But yeah, I'm working on it though. To the people who are like, "You gotta slow down," I'm working on it. Trust me, I'm working on it. Miller would be a good take. I love Miller. CJ Bailey. I wouldn't mind CJ. I think he gonna cost probably about 1.5. Though he probably already getting that from NC State. He's gonna cost a little bit. Dylan Raiola transferring to Doan. Oh, that's big if true. But he's gonna have a real quarterback out of Doan. He's gonna have a real quarterback out of Doan. Rumor is that he wanted to go to Concordia and Hastings, but those schools said no, so he had to go to Doan. That was the last case scenario. Do you like Trey Taylor's and Tay Ellis' YouTube channel? Yeah, man, that's sick. I'm glad they're doing that. It looks like fun, dude. It looks like fun they're doing that, and hopefully it helps out with recruiting in some way. I don't know how it would help out with recruiting, but I think it's a really good idea. It's a really good idea. So I like that. I like them getting on that. And names who might be our D-line coach. Other than the guys we mentioned in yesterday's video, I couldn't tell you. Like, I truly believe it will be random. I truly believe that. Okay. I guarantee you, when we hire whoever we hire to be our defensive line coach, the majority of the fan base will say who. Probably including myself. I like to think I'm pretty knowledgeable about coaches around the country, but even myself will probably say who. Who's that guy? Because I just don't think it's going to be a home run. I mean, Elijah was our home run, and obviously things changed there. Obviously things changed. I'm looking forward to the new stadium in Lincoln. What new stadium? What new stadium? I mean, we're going to probably renovate the stadium and at some point in the next 25 years. We push back the stadium renovation a million times, but we're not making a new stadium. I've seen Husker fans recommend Aaron Terry. Aaron Terry, let's look up this guy. I don't think I've heard this name. I've heard a lot of names. I don't think I've heard him. He is currently at Iowa Western Okay, guys, come on. Aaron Terry's the D-line coach at Iowa Western? I mean, he might be a good coach, but he's at Iowa Western. Is Iowa Western not a JUCO? I believe it's a JUCO, correct? He's at JUCO. Well, we're not going to hire a JUCO D-line coach unless he quite literally is the greatest defensive line coach in the history of the game. So, who's the number one you want out of the portal? I think my number one probably isn't in just yet, to be honest with you, but I would like, who would I like? I would like Nick Marsh, really. I know, I hate to say wide receiver. But Nick Marsh is special, man. He's a dog. He's special. So I would love Nick Marsh. And then people say, what about an offensive lineman, Wilson? Well, I just don't know if the top dog offensive lineman have entered the portal just yet. They will, but I don't think it's happened just yet. So that's my answer to that. Did you see the Oklahoma tight end enter the portal? Yeah, Caden Helms. Yeah, he is not good. Not good. We should not get Caden Helms because he is he ain't really gonna play here. He's good at podcasting. He's good. If he comes here, it's gonna take my job, and I cannot allow him to take my job. So Caden Helms, you can go to Kearney. But you are not coming to Nebraska. What do you think about Aaron Nolan's? Again, he has phenomenal potential, but it's like, do you really want to take on that big of a risk to compete with TJ? Like, if we're going to take on a risk, I'd much rather take on the Aidan Chiles risk than Aaron Nolan, to be honest with you. And honestly, if you're a big-time recruit like Aaron Nolan and you haven't played within the first 2 years, it's like, okay, so is everything clicking really there? Is everything really clicking? Are you really as good as what you thought you were going to be? I don't know. Still remember the desk and the jerseys at school? I don't know what you're talking about. The desk and the jerseys at school? Did you go to school with me? I don't know. Did you? Maybe you did. Thoughts on our game against North Dakota basketball? I was not shocked, man. There's some weird about Nebraska basketball this year. There's some weird. Like, don't call me a hater, but I still am a far ways away from truly being bought in that Nebraska's going to win a tournament game this year. And I know things look really good right now, but again, a lot can change. When I've been hurt by Nebraska basketball before. I've been hurt a lot about Nebraska basketball. So I'm a far ways away from really buying the hype. Like, oh, this is going to be the year we win a tournament game. I'm a far ways away from believing that. But we were down North Dakota. We had a great second half. Burke had the triple-double. Oogie's going to come back soon, so we'll see. And we'll win. We play New Hampshire on, I think, the 30th. We play New Hampshire, and then we'll play Michigan State on the 2nd. I was thinking about going to that Michigan State game, but now I'm like, but the portal opens up that day, and I got to be here to cover the portal, so I can't go to the Michigan State game, unfortunately, because you never know. You never know what something's going to happen in the portal, man. But I'm worried because I'm going on a trip. In I think late January to Washington, D.C., and I'm worried that some portal stuff's gonna happen while I'm on that trip because I'm gonna be doing stuff and I gotta make videos. I might be making videos at the airport. To be honest with you, the lifestyle that I live, man, I love it though. Can we have a WilsonDittman in-person watch party? Maybe, man. I've seen other YouTubers do that. Maybe I don't know where it would be. It may be in Omaha or Lincoln. To be honest with you, I don't know. Maybe. I'd have to get some people behind that. And I'd have to have one of my subscribers set that up. Probably not me. If the USF quarterback worth pursuing, he's going to Auburn. He's going to Auburn. Some Utah fans saying they'd rather opt out of the bowl game than playoffs. That's I have not seen that one. That's crazy though. That's crazy. I've not seen that, but that's crazy. That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. Would Sue be D-line? No, we've already addressed that. No, Sue, the people who are coaches usually are coaches because football is the only thing they know. Okay, they don't have other hobbies. They love football. If you've ever met Ndamukong Suh, if you ever followed him, you know that football is honestly not his number one love. He loves his family. He loves finance. He loves stocks. He's a very smart individual, and Ndamukong Suh is a straight A student. Like, why would he subject himself to be a defensive line coach? Like, he probably already making more money doing something else. Like, that's not a good gig for him, you know? Like, if there was a defensive lineman, a former defensive lineman to be our coach, it'd probably be a guy like Grant Wistrom, you know, or like a guy who football is his only life, and like he peaked in his 20s. I mean, a guy like Grant Wistrom, like, oh, I bet Grant Wistrom's already been like spamming the university, like, get me over there. I want to be our defensive line coach. Somebody like him. Jason Peter probably too. Jason Peter. People who peaked in their 20s are the people who coach. I mean, that's kind of the way it is, you know, kind of the way it is. But again, he has other things he'd rather be doing. He made a video about it, actually. Like, I think a fan asked Sue, "Hey, would you want to be Nebraska's D-line coach?" And he kind of said no. He kind of said no, you know. So, I mean, and also I just wouldn't like to hire, like, he's not experienced, you know. I mean, he's a good player, but just because you're a good player does not mean you're a good coach. Hint, Scott Frost. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying. Teron Dickens would push TJ. Again, I do like Teron Dickens. I just say around him, his technique is terrible. I mean, if you see him throw a football, it's painful. It's painful to watch. Again, it's kind of similar to Diego Pavia in a way. Where again, just because his technique's not great doesn't mean he can't be productive, but still, it's not. He doesn't got a pretty release like you see from Michael Van Buren or an Aidan Chiles or even a TJ. I think TJ is a pretty release, but you don't see that from Teron. That's the only thing. I think Nebraska guys kind of hate that. Because we're a little bit picky. We're a little bit picky in finding our quarterbacks. High school, Ahmad Hudson, or this season's Luke Lindenmeyer. I take this season Luke Lindenmeyer. Because, I mean, Luke could block. Ahmad's still a high schooler. Ahmad's like 230. You know what I mean? I don't know if Ahmad can block just yet. I mean, he can block against high school talent. I don't know if he can block against Big Ten talent. Because he's 16 years old, you know. But what D-line coach you think? Again, it's a long ways away. I think we're going to hire somebody 2 weeks in. Again, I think it's going to be a random. It's going to be a random person who every single one of us will say, we have no idea who he is. You know? So I don't even, it's tough for me to even make videos about it because it's like, if I bring up a name who I like, I could rally around that guy, but again, is it realistic we'll hire him? Probably not. Probably not. Nobody should ever buy into Nebraska basketball. The dumpster fire is well known. Okay. That's a little bit too negative. The dumpster fire. Is Nebraska basketball usually pretty bad? Yes, but come on. It's like, you know, it's like the walk-on that you always kind of root for, you know, and then the walk-on suddenly starts getting playing time, starts playing while you're like, oh, wow, you know? That's kind of what Nebraska basketball is, you know? Hi, dude. Where in Nebraska you from? I'm from Omaha, man. From Omaha. Now, somebody, when I was at my... when I was in my dorm making my videos like just a couple weeks ago, right, with my background, with my city skyline in the back, you know what I mean? I think it's pretty evident I'm in Omaha, and somebody responded like a couple weeks ago, and they were like, "Wow, the Lincoln skyline's beautiful." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, that is not the Lincoln skyline. The Lincoln doesn't even have that many tall buildings. They got the Capitol, and that's about it." They're like, "The Lincoln skyline's beautiful." Like, you see that many skyscrapers in Lincoln? I'm in Omaha. But yeah, I do love my downtown spot. It's such a cool view. It's a sick background for my videos. It's just that I'm not there all the time, and I don't have my full setup. I don't have my full setup in the dorm. Like in front of me right now, I got full setup. I got my gaming laptop right here, which it's a gaming laptop, but it's mostly I only use it for this. And I got my monitor right here, my mic right here, ring light right here, some other stuff over here. Got some more stuff over here, but in my dorm, it's like I got my backup computer, I got my backup everything. It's not as good of a setup. So I prefer this app because I just got more screens to look at. I got more information around me. You know what I mean? I got more information, and also I don't have roommates at my house. So I gotta when I'm doing videos in my dorm, I gotta upset my roommates. Say, hey, you gotta get out here. I gotta go make a video real quick. You know, it's the way it is, man. It's the way it is. The way it is. I could afford an apartment, but I just don't know if I wanna spend that on an apartment. Big Red Breakdown, my guy. Good to hear from you, man. He says, are there any portal players that we've been tampering with that could be silent commits? Not to my knowledge. And again, nobody really, I doubt it. Really doubt anybody's silent commits to Nebraska. I don't even know. Yeah, I don't think anybody. I've heard some names, but yeah, don't think so. Do you think Glenn Thomas could be able to develop Chiles if he couldn't develop Raiola? I mean, good question, to be honest with you. Probably not, but you know what? Maybe. Did you play football in high school and where at? I did not play football in high school. I went to Millard South. And if you know anything about Millard South, WilsonDittman was not playing high school at Millard South. Millard South, they're very selective, to say the least. Now, I was a broadcasting kid in high school. I was a broadcasting kid. That's kind of how I started this. Funny enough, in high school, because I broadcasted football for Millard South, and I did basketball, and I broadcasted things for Nebraska. I did state championships down there at Memorial Stadium. I did state championships, and I wanted some awards for it. And then when I was done with my high school career, I wasn't going to college for broadcasting. I said, I'm just going to do YouTube, and then YouTube started blowing up, and I'm like, you know what? YouTube's better than doing broadcasting anyways, man. YouTube's better than doing broadcasting anyways. So it's more fun. They're both pretty fun. Nickel says, Wilson, I didn't tell you Robinson wasn't coming to Nebraska. You were right, Nickel. But I will say, I think you said that because you're a little pessimistic at times. You're a little bit pessimistic. So you might have just said that because you're pessimistic. Nah, but you were right. You were right. Again, I apologize, man. I bought the hype. I bought the hype around about Elijah Robinson. I mean, everything I heard was it's a done deal. Everything I heard, down to a person who I know very well who's in that athletic department, who's saying it's pretty much a done deal. And what happened was he kind of used his leverage, and he didn't really end up wanting to go to Nebraska, wanting to go Texas A&M because his family lived over there. So it's just the way it goes, man. That's why I try and never guarantee anything on the channel, because when I do guarantee stuff and it goes elsewhere, people are like, Wilson, you're fake news. Like, man, I'm just trying my best out here, man. Like, and I also try to tell people, like, do I know some inside stuff occasionally? Absolutely, I know inside stuff, right? I'm not an insider at heart, but I know stuff because when you have a following, people want to tell you stuff, okay? When you have following, people want to get in contact with you. So as I've done YouTube more and more, players start texting me, recruits start texting me, agents start texting me for whatever reason because they want me to talk about such player on the videos. Fun fact, parents start texting me. So am I an insider? No, I'm not. But yes, I think it'd be stupid to say I don't know what I'm talking about. I absolutely know some stuff's going on behind the scenes. I had a conversation with the players on the team this morning. You know what I mean? We were talking about the bowl game and who's coming, who's not, stuff like that. It's the way it is, man. I try to be upfront about it. Honest question, if you could add one former Husker on both sides of the ball, who would they be and why? Who would they be and why? Well, we need a quarterback, wouldn't we? We need a quarterback probably. I mean, yeah, I mean, we obviously I'll say, okay, let's make this more fun. Let's say non-quarterback on offense and non-Ndamukong Suh on defense. Let's say that. Okay, non-quarterback on offense, non-Ndamukong Suh on defense. I would say on offense, I'd take LP pretty easily. I'd take Lawrence Phillips, and then on defense. Man, who would I take on defense? And again, it can't be Suh. That's tough. What do we, I mean, gosh, what do we need? I would love an edge rusher. Would love a shutdown corner. You know? Give me, okay, offense, give me Lawrence Phillips. Defense, give me Malcolm Hartzog. I can't even. Give me Malcolm Hartsock. No, don't give me Malcolm Hartsock. Give me Prince. Give me Prince and Mukamar. Give me a true shutdown corner. Give me a true shutdown corner. And give me LP. I think that's pretty easy. If I weren't to pick those two, I'd say Trey Palmer just for the fun of it. I am of the belief that Trey Palmer is the best receiver in the history of Nebraska football. I'm of the belief that he's better than Irvin Fryer. Both those players played in the same generation. I think Trey Palmer would have been better than Fryer, even though Fryer played 40 years previous. It was a different game back then. So I would take Trey, and then I'd say if I were to take somebody on defense besides Prince, Levante. I don't really. I mean, Levante is great. I don't know about Levante. Gosh, who am I? I'm blanking on a name. Rich Glover's up there. Rich Glover's like Sue before Sue. He was Sue before Sue. I'd say Rich Glover. All right, those are my picks there. Those are my picks. Give me Malcolm Hartsock. Holy. Fred Hoiberg is responsible for the most triple doubles in the history of the program. That's crazy. This dude says Fortnite. I do not play Fortnite. I don't play Fortnite. I literally only play Rocket League, and I play college football, obviously, and I used to play 2K. I used to be a huge 2K guy, and 2K fell off. I don't play 2K. Honestly, I don't even play video games that often. I really don't play video games that often. If I do, it's just Rocket League. So, and I'm not even that good at Rocket League. I'm a diamond, so yeah. What is your biggest question about the 26 season right now? Or the 26 season? Funny enough, I think we're talking about that in tomorrow's video. I think we're talking about that in tomorrow's video. So I don't know if I want to talk about that just yet. I think that's tomorrow's video. I think. I have to check my schedule. I'm recording that after this. By the way, everybody hit the like button on the stream. How many likes we got on here? I can't even check. How many likes we got. Probably like 100 maybe. Everybody hit the like button. If we haven't hit 100, let's hit 100. Everybody take the time, hit the like button on the stream. Big Red Rant did a live video during the basketball game. They did. Ooh, I didn't know that. That's cool. We might have to do that. We might have to do that this year. Shout out to Big Red Rant. Those are my guys over there. They're having a lot of success on that channel. That's awesome to hear. Oh yeah, they did go live. Okay, not bad. Got some decent viewership. I mean, I would do it if people would want to do it. To be honest with you. I mean, we could do that for the Michigan State game. I would be interested in doing that for the Michigan State game. I'd be interested in that. I would never do it for football because for football I gotta lock in. But for basketball, I would be willing to doing that. So that'd be cool. That's cool they did that though. That's really cool. Do you think we were waiting after the bowl game to hire D-line coach because the next candidate's on a playoff team? No, I don't think so. It's just the way that it's working. Like we put all our eggs into Elijah Robinson. Elijah Robinson spurred us, and now we're focused on the bowl game right now. So we're not going to hire somebody while we're focused on the bowl game. So once the bowl game's over, then we'll go. But I don't think. I mean, it could be. I'm not saying he's not on a playoff team, but I wouldn't say that's a likelihood by any means. Wilson, do you take Bill Dolman classes at UNL? I don't go to UNL, my man. I don't go to UNL. But I did meet Bill Dolman. When I went on a tour of Lincoln as a junior and senior high school, and I met Bill Dolman a couple times. He's a nice dude. He was a nice dude, but I don't go to Lincoln. I do not go. That's a misconception. I don't. I think the Omaha background in my video should have told everybody kind of where I go. I can't say it because people will roast me, but I don't go to Lincoln. When Nebraska's recruiting, does rebuilding come faster in high school recruiting or portal? Wait, hold on. When Nebraska's recruiting, does rebuilding come faster? If you're talking about how to rebuild a team, absolutely the portal, but I don't know if that's what you were getting at. I don't know if that was what your comment was. Please cover Iowa football. I'm sorry about how I treated you the past couple months. Ho-Hawks, I will never cover Iowa football. And you know what's funny? People ask me why do I put Iowa on at the back of my video titles? It's because I want my Nebraska videos to get on Iowa feeds. I want Iowa fans to see Nebraska videos, and then I want to indoctrinate them. But no, I'm kidding. I got a love for you, Ho Hawks. You're my guy. As long as you guys keep respectful, I love Iowa fans. Honestly, most of the Iowa fans know in real life are all really good dudes, to be honest with you. So I kind of don't even mind Iowa that much. But I don't like their football program, but I do like their fans most of the time. Not all the time, but most of the time. Could you see Anthony Rizak? No. Well, maybe actually. Maybe those are like our third stringer, fourth stringer, but really no. Would you do a collab with Trey and Tay? Man, if they texted me, I would be. If they texted me, maybe. They got to text me though. I'm not gonna go up there and be like, hey, can I go on your podcast? I'm not gonna be that dude. I'm not gonna be that dude. They can hit me up. I'd be down though. What's the latest on the Raiola crime family? Man, I don't even know, dude. I've been hearing so many rumors over these past couple days, dude. Some more crazy stuff around him. I don't even want to cover Dillon anymore because people get mad at me if I cover him at this point. But there's some crazy stuff there. Some crazy stuff. I mean, I might as well talk about it, man. I might as well talk about it. Apparently, and this is all completely this is completely nothing's confirmed. This is all speculation, all rumors. Apparently, Dominic and Donovan are not on speaking terms right now. What I heard, supposedly. Donovan, part of the reason why Dillon transferred because of Donovan, how bad his offensive line was, and basically it was a whole fight within the family. Again, all speculation. I don't know how confirmed that is. I heard that this morning. Apparently, Dylan Raiola was going to post something about Nebraska. He was going to have a big, wishy-washy Instagram post. I know I love Nebraska, this, that, and third, but he wanted to be the first one to release that he was leaving Nebraska. But a Nebraska staffer leaked it to the press before Dillon could announce it. And then Dillon was like, okay, at that point, I'm not going to release anything if they leaked it before, because he wanted to announce on his own terms. And obviously, again, the whole stuff that happened over these past couple weeks, like he does not have a good relationship with Matt Rhule as it stands, even though despite Matt Rhule, I kind of saying, oh, we're still on good terms. Yeah, Matt Rhule's just saying that, But there's a lot there. There's a lot. Did you hit on Dylan Berrymon? We did talk about Dylan Berrymon. Yeah. Well, we talked about him a couple days ago, but yeah, he should be committed by he'll commit on sign day probably, which is what, like in February, early February, the real signing day. What do you think about the 26 offense? I think half of our impact players aren't here yet, dude. I can't even say. I'm going to the Michigan State game. Yeah, the tickets are crazy. Again, I wouldn't mind going. It's just, man, I gotta be here and cover the portal because again, there's gonna be some crazy stuff that happens in the portal. Probably gonna be some crazy stuff. Cover Iowa. Come on, man. I said I wasn't gonna cover Iowa. I said I wasn't gonna cover it. Will Dabo leave Clemson for another job? I don't think so. He loves Clemson. Well, I don't think unless he gets fired. So even if Wilson covered college football, he would never do Iowa football. Yeah, maybe. Again, that might be the next step for the for the show at some point. I might start doing like overall college football coverage. And I know that probably wouldn't do very good at the start, but at some point it's like I gotta keep growing. I want to get some more people who are watching from other fan bases, and we might do some more just overall college football stuff. We'll just kind of experiment with that at some point in time. I don't know when that's gonna be, but I've already kind of implemented that in my videos. Like basically, if you guys don't know how my channel works, I have 2 videos a day at this point. At least right now, I have my early video, which was my main video for the day, which I usually do a lot of scripting for. And then I do my afternoon video, which the afternoon video is pretty much always just the news of the day. And usually in that video, I talk about all like the college football news that I think is interesting. So we're starting to incorporate more just overall college football subjects, which I think is good because personally, I'm very interested in all of college football. I can't speak for some Nebraska fans. Like honestly, I don't like. There's some fans out there who only like follow Nebraska football. And I think that's weird. Like they're like they don't know what's going on in the rest of college football. It's like what? It's like what? How can you only cover Nebraska? How can you only follow Nebraska? Like you're telling me when Nebraska's not playing, you're not watching other college football games? I don't get that. I don't get that. Some people are like that though. Some people are like that. Some people are like that. Hoak says, I know the people that cover Iowa football are horrible. You're doing a really good job at this. I beg. How much money, man? I'm gonna be a sellout. I'm gonna be a sellout. No, I'm kidding. I'm never going to the dark side. I'm never going to the dark side of Iowa. How much money? Email me. Nah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah. Maybe over 7 figures. I'd do it. I do a video a week. No. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Again, maybe at some point, Iowa fan, we might do some Big Ten coverage at some point. Maybe, maybe. But I actually think this channel is really unique, though. Like, that's what I've kind of noticed, though, is that on college football, I don't know if you guys have noticed this either, most college football YouTube channels are incredibly, I'd say, franchised. Okay, like think of all of the top Nebraska channels besides this. We have Locked On Huskers. Well, that's a Locked On network. You have Husker Online. Well, that's the On3 network. You have, Character's kind of his own thing, but Character's different, right? But the majority, if you go to other fan bases, the majority of the big YouTubers are all based on companies. What's different about this channel is I'm not a former player. I'm not a company. I'm just a dude making videos and people gravitate toward it. So I think this channel is really unique, not only for Nebraska, but for all of college football, which I think is the reason why we have success, is because people are like, I'm gonna follow a dude who keeps it real rather than somebody who's paid by an organization, So, how much money though? That's all I'm saying. I'm kidding. I kid. Tommy Hill, best corner in Nebraska history. I would say Malcolm Hartzog number 1. I'd say DiCaprio Boodle number 2. I'd say Tommy Hill number 3. I'm just playing. Title Rules crap show. Bro, come on, man. Come on. Why be so negative? Like, what's been so bad? I mean, like, yeah, were we great this year? No, we weren't great, but the crap show? Come on. Like, it's not that serious. It's never been that serious. Man. Like, you would think that we went like 3-9. You would think we went 3-9 this year with this comment. You would think we went 3-9, but no, it's like, I just don't get it, bro. I don't get it. I don't get the people who say that. 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 What record does Rule have to get next year to stay? I am of the belief that Matt Rule could go 2-10 next year and stay. I'm of the belief that we could go 2-10 next year and stay. 100%. I'm of that belief. Why was Jacory Barney in Chicago? I replied to his Instagram story and said, "You leaving us?" He left me on the scene. He's probably in Chicago because his layover was in Chicago. He's probably in the airport. Am I wrong? Because all these kids are going home this weekend. They don't have practice this week. So he's probably in Chicago because he's going back home to Florida in his layover in Chicago. I mean, that's what I'm guessing. Could be wrong, but that's what I guess. Taylor says he doesn't know who Amir Abdullah is, and he's coming here. We got to get him up to speed on the Huskers. I mean, that was before his time, man. That's before his time. I don't expect him to know who Amir is. I mean, he just committed here like a couple weeks ago. He'll figure it out. I mean, that's not a big deal. I don't. It's not. I mean, Amir's a legend, but still. Amir's a legend, but still. You should do a collab with Corn Crazed. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I thought me and him were on good terms. To be honest with you, and then I think he said something about me the other day on his stream or something that was disrespectful. So I'm like, I don't even know. I honestly, I don't know. I don't know. It's a weird situation. He talks about me for too much, and it's just weird. It's just weird because again, this channel's growing rapidly. I mean, we're gonna surpass him soon enough here. So I don't get it. I don't get why he's hating. So I would say no. And again, I always say, like, I'd be open to. I got no bad blood toward anybody, but that dude, I mean, I don't get it. It's definitely odd. It's definitely odd. Because like he said stuff about me like last offseason, and I DM'd him. I was like, hey, this is my phone number, chat. Like, I do not want you saying weird stuff about me. You know what I mean? So I call him up, and we had a really good conversation. And I was like, we came to good terms. And we were talking a little bit this offseason every now and then. I was keeping it friendly. I support all the Nebraska YouTube channels. And then apparently said something about me the other day. And I'm like, all right. I mean, that's weird, but I mean, I don't know why you're doing that. That's odd, you know. Like, I'm on good terms with everybody else, you know. I'm on good terms with Adam, good terms with Big Red Rant. But it's that dude, so I don't know. I don't watch him though. I don't watch him. So I don't mess with that. Like, don't throw shade at a dude you don't know. He don't know me. You don't know me. You know, don't throw shade at a dude you don't know. I've never met him. I would love to meet him. I think I'm a nice guy, but that's me being real with you. I was definitely kind of hurt when I saw that. I'm like, I thought we were on good terms, you know. Okay, I wasn't hurt, but I'm like, you know, I've been doing this long enough. I get enough comments today. I know how it is. Anyways, no Larry Tarver, best corner in Nebraska history. Nah, Larry Tarver's the GOAT, bro. If Larry Tarver is not on this team anymore, I will stop. I will riot. If Larry Tarver transfers away, I will riot. You know? I do love Larry Tarver. He could start next year. You never know, man. Never know. You never know. How are we going 10-2 playing 3 non? Excuse me. How are we going 2-10 playing 3 non-cons? I didn't say we're going 2-10. I said if. Even if we go 2-10, Matt Rule stand. I said if. I'm saying if. I follow all Nebraska sports. I do too, to be honest with you. I do too. I mean, I follow Nebraska football obviously the most. Nebraska basketball. Baseball here and there. I'm not gonna lie, I could not name too many players on the baseball team, but I follow the baseball team. Follow the volleyball team for sure. But I'm not one of those fans. I think there's a lot of fans out there I'm not. You could be a fan and only support the football team, but I just think it's weird when there's like media members who only follow the football team. Like, as a media member, I think you're like inclined to follow everything. You know, that's why I try to stay in tune with everything going on, except for like wrestling. I told you this last year, but I cannot do wrestling. I can't do wrestling. That is the one sport that I cannot get around at all. I don't know. I don't enjoy wrestling or like softball. Like softball, I can't do either. Unless if softball's playing like a really meaningful game, I'd probably watch softball. To be honest with you. So, see, my man Declan, right when I said I don't watch Nebraska wrestling, he says, and he takes Nebraska wrestling. I don't know, man. I don't know. Do you like it, Declan? I assume you do. I will say this. I do know what I know 2 wrestlers. I know Antrell Taylor because I went to high school with him, and I had a couple classes with Antrell. And Antrell's killing it. Isn't Antrell killing it right now? He was a national champion last year. So I know him, and I know AJ Ferrari. But yeah, AJ Ferrari's a character. That dude weird. Big Red Breakdown says Mark Matthews to Miami. Is that confirmed? That just happened? Are you kidding me? Let me see that real quick. Did that just happen, or are you breaking news here, or are you just speculating? Let me look this up real quick. Are you just speculating that? Oh, they got a crystal ball came in. That sucks. Yeah, I'm not shocked by it though. He wasn't. I didn't really think it was too realistic. I think Kennedy Braun's more realistic than him. So. DiCaprio Budo corner 1, the legend. Wilson, I know you rag on Donovan, but to be fair to him, it is extremely difficult to protect for potentially the least athletic quarterback in Power 5. Yeah, I agree with that. And I think, again, the reason why we took so many sacks this season partly is because of Dylan and Dylan's inability to escape the pocket and his inability to throw the ball away. So I do believe that's a good take, for sure. I think that's a good take. Sitting in the parking lot of Hy-Vee watching you right now, is TJ Star Martini the bowl game now since Marcus entered the portal? TJ Star Martini? What? Well, TJ gonna play in the bowl game, but Marcus is also playing the bowl game as well. I think you've had a couple martinis, my man. Xander. I'm just playing. Sent outside of Hy-Vee. Shout out to Hy-Vee, man. What about Nebraska bowling? I could not tell you anything about Nebraska bowling. I could not. I'm not gonna lie to you. My man David, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you, David. Number 1 YouTuber in Omaha. It's not me. It's David. David's the number 1 YouTuber in Omaha, holding it down in the big 402. He says, have a Merry Christmas. Take the day off and enjoy the holiday. Don't get burnt out. I appreciate your work ethic. I appreciate you, David, man. I wish I could take a day off, but I can't, man. We're on. I think I want to say 600 days of consecutive videos. I think we're on 600 days at this point. We're about over a year and a half of consecutive videos. So I can't take the day off, David. You know how it is, man. The YouTube grind never stops. But I appreciate you, David. You're my guy. Thank you for the super chat, my man. RJ Johnson. RJ Johnson. That seems like a running back. I'm thinking of LJ Johnson. Let me look at this guy up here. RJ Johnson. I can't find him. Are you sure that's his name? RJ Johnson. No Michigan State quarterback. We can do better. Give me a name. Who is a realistic name who's better than him? Who's a realistic name that's better than Chiles? That's what I'll say, man. That's what I'll say. Who is better? Who is better? Who is better? I say that because of the crap. Okay, this is the guy who said that it's a crap show right now. He said, I say that because this crap is no better than the last two coaches. The extension was a stupid mistake going to cost a lot of money. Okay, you're not wrong. I do 100% agree with you. 100% agree with you that it was a mistake. I do agree with that. But as for this not being any better than the last two coaches, I mean, we made 2 bowl games in Matt Rule. Scotty couldn't do that, so I don't necessarily agree with that. It's certainly better. Is it better by a lot? No, but it's better. Okay, it's better. I think that's naive to say it's not better. It definitely is. Definitely is, my man. Certainly is. Jake says, quick disrespect my guy Chiles. He quietly had a good season. Okay, Jake, you're pushing a little bit. You're pushing it. I don't know if he had a great season, but I mean, okay, I wouldn't even say it a good season, but he was. Okay, you're pushing it. I just say you're pushing it completely. You're pushing it. It would nice to get Sorsby. Yeah, I just don't think Sorsby's realistic. I just don't really see a world where we get him. You know. Wow, 600. That is impressive. Man, time goes by when you're having fun. You know, it goes by. Yep, 600. I think we're at 600 consecutive years, something like that. Wilson, as young as you are, has Nebraska talked to you about a spot in player personnel or scouting? No, no. I mean, I wouldn't mind it. I mean, what's the pay looking like? You know, I'm not going to do it for free, but no, they're not gonna reach out to me to do that. They're not gonna. I mean, I wouldn't mind it, but we'll see. Jack's thinking of a super chat. He says, okay, RJ A&M. I couldn't find it. Okay, here it is. I see it now. Did this guy enter the portal just yet, or are we just speculating? Florida A&M. Okay. A little bit dual threat. He's not bad. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to see his film. We can't watch this film on live because I get copyrighted, but I'm sure he's not bad. Sure, he's not bad. TJ hasn't proven anything. What did Dylan prove? Okay, you say TJ hasn't proved anything. What did Dylan prove? The fan base was glazing Dylan for since he got here. What did Dylan ever prove here? You know, so like if you're gonna have that mindset toward Dylan, at least have that open mindset to TJ. And what did TJ prove? Well, TJ had the best quarterback performance we've seen in 2 years here, in his first start against UCLA. And sure, it all went to heck in a handbasket when we played Penn State, we played Iowa, but so did the rest of the team. You know what I mean? So I just don't think it's fair to blame TJ for Penn State nor Iowa. I'm not saying we shouldn't hold him accountable a little bit. Like, sure, he didn't play his best football. Sure, I'll sacrifice that. But for the people who are like, oh, he was terrible against them, it's completely his fault. Like, you clearly just never wanted him to succeed in the first place. You know. The reason why I have confidence in TJ, and I'll tell you this, I'll tell you why I have confidence in TJ, is because, first off, I think TJ is a heck of a competitor. He's somebody who never wanted to transfer. He never even considered transferring, even though he was getting schools that tamper with him. And he's all about Nebraska. He's a hard worker. I also know, and I've been following TJ for about 2 years now, okay? I remember when I was down there in Lincoln for the spring game. It wasn't even the spring game. It was the scrimmage, right? Nobody was there. They weren't televising it this year. There was probably like 200 people in the stands. I was there because I wanted to scout out TJ. Like, literally, the only reason I went to that game was to watch TJ and watch Marcus Davila. And I'll say this about TJ. He was not good in that spring game. He wasn't. And I was like, oh my goodness. TJ don't look ready. TJ don't look ready. And the TJ that I saw from that spring up until quite literally 2 months later at the open fall practice, it was a completely different quarterback. I don't know what he did during the summer, but the progress that he showed in 2 months was astronomical. Then you take what we saw at the fall practice, and then what I saw versus UCLA was another incredible jump. So if history is telling me anything, if he took a jump from spring to fall, from fall to UCLA, the jump that he's going to take from this December up until next August is going to be unbelievable. That's why I have confidence in TJ. Am I sitting here guaranteeing he's going to be an All-American? Heck no. Am I guaranteeing he's going to win the starting quarterback job? No. I think he will. I'm not guaranteeing anything, but I have a lot of belief in TJ. I do. Could I get burnt? Sure. But we all got burnt on Dylan too. Everybody got burnt on Dylan. Everybody thought he was going to be the difference maker, and we were all wrong. It happens. But I think TJ's a different animal, man. It's a little bit different. A little bit. He's cut from a different cloth, as they say. You know, it's cut from a different cloth. And I heard a very, very interesting thing this morning. So I was on the phone with somebody. Basically, right when Marcus Davila entered the portal, like at noon, I texted somebody, and I was talking about Marcus Davila obviously transferring, and I got on the phone call with this person, and this person told me, basically we were talking about TJ, and apparently last year, part of the reason why Jalyn Gramstad came back is because Dylan wanted to come back. So Gramstad would be the backup around Dylan. So TJ would not be competing with Dylan head on. The reason why Gramstad came back is so TJ would battle Gramstad for the backup job, not TJ battling directly with Dylan. And Dylan partially wanted Gramstad to come back for strategy. Take that for what it's worth. I don't know how accurate that is, but that's what somebody told me. And I believe the person because he's gave me some great info in the past and he's close to the situation, you know? Anyways, there that is. There's that. Wilson, what are your Christmas plans? Anything fun? I'm a traditional guy, man. I have a tradition. We do it every year. I go to my grandparents' house on Christmas Eve, have a good time. We have dinner. We open up a couple presents. Then on Christmas, I got my family back home. My sisters are back home. Fun fact, this is a fun fact about me. I don't know if I've ever revealed this on the channel. I'm a triplet. So I don't have a twin. I don't have a person who looks exactly like me. I have two sisters who look exactly like each other. So I'm a triplet. Never revealed that. So that's the first time I think I've ever revealed that on the channel. So anyways, my whole family's back home. We all open presents, have a good time, and eat some food, eat some steak. You know, watch some football. My Commanders play. We're gonna get blown out. You know, think about the bowl game. Make some YouTube videos probably, you know, same old, man. Same old. I've been watching for like 20 minutes and didn't know we were live. Wow. That's funny, man. That's funny. If you could pick one quarterback in college football right now to come to Nebraska, who would you choose? That's tough. I mean, Damon Williams got to be up there, right? I got Damon. You guys know me. I like Damon Williams. Damon Williams up there. Julian Sands up there. Sands are really special. I'm assuming, and we're talking about guys who are going to come back next year. Not like, I can't say Mendoza because Mendoza ain't going to be there next year. So I'd say either Julian Sands, Damon Williams. I don't know. I couldn't even tell you. Some others in there. There's a lot of people going to the NFL after this year. So I do like Sorsby. I wouldn't mind Sorsby, to be honest with you. And Sorsby would fit the offense too really well. TJ is too slow. Yeah, he ain't slow. Come on. He ain't slow. Come on. What are we even talking about? Slow, really? We had Dylan Raiola for 2 years, and you calling TJ slow. That's crazy. Very tough schedule, 2026. Yeah, man. Again, we'll talk about tomorrow. I think tomorrow we'll talk about the 26 schedule in particular. I think that's the video. I have a couple ideas for tomorrow. Let me look at my ideas. I have Yeah, I was gonna. Okay, so we're either talking about the 26 schedule tomorrow, or we'll talk about NIL. We'll probably talk about the 26 schedule. We'll talk about the schedule, some problems and stuff like that. I think that's what it'll be. So, because again, we'll talk about that tomorrow. At Christmas Eve, we'll do a quarterback portal update. I think on Christmas Day, we'll talk about overall portal update. I think I'll do my last edition of portal targets. On Friday, I don't want to reveal my Friday video because somebody might steal that. So we got some good content coming soon. We got some good content. I mean, this is a record-setting month, dude. This is we've got like 1 million views the past month. It's crazy. It's crazy. But this is I think this is the greatest month in the history of Nebraska YouTube. What the run that we've been on, the Linsanity run, the generational run, as they say. It's been a crazy month, dude. It's been unbelievable. Grateful though. It's not me. It's you guys. It's not me. It's all you. We are so used to disappointment that we will be okay. Everything's gonna get better. You're probably right. Probably right. Best guess to what happens to Dylan's career? I think he'll be a fit. I think he'll be a fourth-year quarterback. He's not gonna go to the NFL after next year. I think he'll probably have the same mistakes he had. I mean, it depends where he lands. Obviously, that really depends on a lot. But at this point with Dylan, it's just I think first round's gone. He'll get drafted. Dylan will get drafted. He got some significant connection in the NFL, but he's not going to live up to the potentials that we thought. You know. What's the January 16th video? Great question. Let me check. Wait. You're asking what it is because weren't you the one who suggested this? Weren't you the one? Okay, it's the underrated Nebraska players video. That's what it is. For January 16th, I am releasing underrated Nebraska players for next season. That's my video there. You're just asking because you were the one who did that, right? Or you were the one who suggested that. Yeah, that's my video. I have it on the schedule. I might move it around, but it's right now on the schedule. It's on there. It's on the schedule. On the schedule. I got my schedule up until the 19th of January figured out pretty much for the most part. Some things will change in the schedule, but I do like the reason why I like the off season though is because I can schedule like weeks in advance, and during the season I can only schedule like the week in advance. You know what I mean? So it's a lot better. It's a lot better for my school life. If I can get ready. How much you make from this? I'm not revealing that, man. I'm not revealing that. People would go crazy if they found out. I'm not revealing that. You're trying to get me in trouble, man. You're trying to get me in trouble. How many Nebraska games did you go to this year? I went to every home game and Cincinnati. So I went to Cincinnati, and Cincinnati was so cool. My man, best family in Nebraska YouTube. I got sweet tickets because one of my subscribers, my man Strat, hooked me up with some, literally in the sweet tickets. He got me sweet tickets. It was right by Taylor Swift suite. So I was in Kansas City. That was so dope. Like the Kansas City game was so unique, man. That was fun. And I went to, what was the next game? Was it Akron? Akron was the next game. Went to Akron. I did not go to Houston Christian because that was an early game. I just had no interest in Houston Christian. Went to Michigan State. So that's 4. Went to USC. That's 5. I feel like I'm missing one. What was the other home game? I did not go to Northwestern. Was there another one besides that? I did not go to Iowa either. So I only went to 5 this year. Yeah, because I skipped Iowa because I had things to do that day versus Iowa. I was gonna go with some buddies. I was busy. My family was back in town, and it was Black Friday too. So I basically was busy before and after when we were covering the game, and then I didn't go to Northwestern because it was like, yeah, I don't know why I don't know why I didn't go to Northwestern. So. Any FCS players you think could be studs in the portal for Nebraska? There's a couple in there. I not off my name, not off my brain alone. Besides like the South Dakota running back LJ Phillips, he's a dog. Tron Dickens is good. The Monmouth receiver is solid. There's a couple here and there, you know. There's a couple here and there. Couple here and there. Let's play Rocket League. Maybe, man. If you're on Xbox, check what Hayes just posted. What did Hayes post? What did Hayes post? What did he post? Oh, transfer from Southeastern. Not bad. Maybe, man. Maybe. Do you have season tickets? Yeah, North End Zone, my man. North End Zone. One YouTuber revealed that he made 10K a month when he hit 100K. Subs don't impact earnings. It's really just views. But yeah, I don't doubt that because I don't want to reveal obviously, but yeah, yeah. It's more than that for this month. It's been more than that. But did Danny Kaelin end up being better than Dylan? I mean, he might be long term, but not this year for sure. Not this year. Would you cover Nebraska basketball recruiting? We have in the past. Nebraska basketball doesn't really do much recruiting, you know. They don't really do much. They don't get like a bunch of 4-stars like football does. Maybe. Again, I'll do it if people want the content, you know. If people are interested in it, I do it, you know. I try to experiment with some things time to time, and again, if people want basketball content, I'll do it, you know. It just kind of depends what the people want, you know. T Magic had football speed. Yeah, he was stud. He was a stud. Starting running back next year. It's gonna be a portal player, man. It's gonna be a portal player. I would love LJ Phillips. That's my number one. LJ Phillips would be my number one. I like Hollywood Smuggers a little bit, but I don't know if he's Nebraska bound. Yeah. It'll be a portal player. It'll be a portal player. All right, guys. What else we were going to talk about? I try to get back to the agenda here. The last things. I mean, we've barely even talked about the bowl game. The bowl game's in like 10 days, 9 days. We got to start talking about that bowl game because it's coming up here very soon. It's in a week and 2 days. So we'll start talking about the bowl game more. I think Nebraska could give them a run for the money. I really do. What else? What else we're going to talk about? We're going to talk about players leaving Nebraska. Yeah, honestly, I don't think we're going to have. I really don't think we're going to lose any more players to the portal. I mean, we might lose some tomorrow, but after tomorrow, I just really doubt we're going to lose anybody up until after the bowl game. So I think it's going to be kind of a week hiatus until after the bowl, and then like the day after the bowl, we'll lose a bunch. But I just don't really foresee too many other players leaving until after the bowl game. You know what I mean? You know. Our basketball team is a second half team. Yeah, you're right. They do make adjustments. Would you cover basketball again? We'll do we did one basketball video already. Oh no, we did two. We did two basketball videos already. We've done basketball, Ty. We've done basketball. We've done two. So again, we will do basketball more. Well, I did not do the North Dakota game because I'm like, of course we're gonna beat North Dakota. You know what I mean? Like, what am I gonna talk about? Nebraska beat North Dakota. I'm not gonna cover the New Hampshire game, right? But I'll cover the Michigan State game, obviously. Basically, what I'm going to do with basketball is I'm going to start off with doing just post games, and then we might do some more kind of like previews every now and then. You never know. If we can't get Kevin Gallick back, who do you think we will have? I think we'll get Gallick back. From what I heard, it's pretty much a done deal. He's returning, so that's what I heard. Any word on North Texas running back entering the portal? I know you liked him. Yeah, I'm waiting on that. I don't know why he hasn't entered just yet. He will. There's no rush though. Ahmad Hudson basketball highlights. We'll do at some point. We'll do some more film reactions in the offseason. Film reactions are like February videos. So those are peak February videos. You know what I mean? Those are peak February videos. So we'll do those in February. Yeah. What's the pulse in the locker room? Have players lost confidence in the head coach? No. Really. I think they all pretty much believe in Matt Rhule. They were all disappointed, but I think a lot of the players blame themselves. Not the coaching staff, because they think they didn't do a good enough job. Are we running a 4-2-5 defense versus the Utes? We're not. We're going to run the same defense we have all year, and then we'll change it after the bowl game. Is Okafor gone? He is. All right, guys. We've been going for about almost 2 hours now, man. About 2 hours. It was a fun live stream. Again, put your final stuff in here. We'll go for about 10 more minutes as long as you guys have stuff to talk about. As you guys put in your final stuff in the comment section, reminder, hit the like button on the stream. Also, again, the schedule for these upcoming videos and the upcoming live streams. Okay, we're not going to do another live stream probably until next week, I'd say. Probably our next live stream will be, it might be the day before the Utah game. It might, because we play Utah next Wednesday. That's a crazy way to look at it. So again, we play Utah next Wednesday. I'm thinking we'll probably go live either next Sunday night or next Monday night. We'll talk about the Utah game specifically. Then Wednesday, we'll obviously go live after the game per usual, post-game live. We always do that. And then I'll try to go live almost every single week, at least once the portal starts going. Like once the portal starts getting hot, we'll start to go live every single week to talk about it. You know what I mean? So I would love to have like a bona fide day we go live. What days work for you guys to go live? Like I don't want to do Fridays because I've tried Fridays before and I don't feel like Fridays do too well because people are busy on Fridays. Saturdays are TBD. Sundays I kind of like Sundays. I kind of like Mondays. So we'll just kind of mess around with it. What days we'll go live. But just know for live streams we're going to try to do at least one a week, at least when the portal opens up. I can't speak for the offseason. Offseason things will happen there. As for, again, the videos, we'll have a video tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. We'll talk about the 26th season, so make sure to be there for that. All right, let's get back in the comment section. Final stuff here tonight. And by the way, I'm going to watch a Christmas movie tonight. I don't even know what I'm going to watch. It's almost like I got to get all my Christmas movies in. I've only watched a couple this year. I've watched, what I watched so far. I watched Polar Express. That's top 5 Christmas movie. Easy. I watched, what I watched. I watched the National Lampoon's one. I watched the Christmas Carol. I watched Rudolph. I watched, I forgot all the ones I watched. I watched some like Office Christmas episodes. And I watched like a Saved by the Bell Christmas episode. Shout out Saved by the Bell. Watched a bunch of TV show Christmas episodes. But I gotta watch Christmas movie tonight. I don't know what it's gonna be. I don't know what it's going to be. It might be Elf. I mean, Elf's my favorite. I know it's like a standard take to say Elf's the best one, but it is the best one. Okay, it's New York City. It's Will Ferrell. They're singing. The elf guy thinks he's an elf and he goes to New York City. Like it's quite literally the greatest Christmas movie. It's not even close. Okay, and they fall in love. I mean, it's awesome. The elf falls in love with the girl. It's a beautiful ending. You know, I mean, come on. Did you watch Christmas Story? Yes. I did watch Christmas Story. 3 or 4 days ago, I did watch that. Here's my hot take, though. Here's my hot take on Christmas Story. I do think it's overrated. I'm of that belief that people will kill me for that one. But I do like Christmas Story, but I'm like, I don't really get the plot. You know what I mean? Because the whole plot leads up to him getting the red rifle. You know what I mean? But it's like, okay, you know, that wasn't as big of a climax as it should have been. And then, it's just like a bunch of dry humor. Like he sticks his tongue to the thing, and then he gets the dad gets the lamp. You know what I mean? Like Christmas Story is cool, but you know, like I don't know. I mean, it's probably top 10, but it's not. I wouldn't say it's top 5. You know, so I would say that. Is there a list that shows players all money? Okay, is there a list that shows all the players that who have received NIL money? No, usually all that stuff is behind the scenes. So I know a couple names who got money, mostly because they tell me or other people tell me. But yeah, my man Jack's thinking of a super chat. He says Home Alone Christmas Vacation. Yeah, Christmas Vacation's a good one. I watched that the other day. I think that was the first one I watched. Home Alone. Here's my take though. Home Alone 2 over Home Alone 1. That's my take. Again, it's just something about New York City, man. You gotta go New York City. I do. Both of them are good though. I've not watched either Home Alone. So I was gonna watch them today, but I got busy today, you know. So I'll watch Home Alone at some point. But I'm a Home Alone 2 guy. I've never watched Home Alone 3. That one's not canon, as the kids say. Die Hard or The Ref? I haven't watched either, honestly. Christmas Vacation, Home Alone, Prancer. I've not watched Prancer. I need to watch that one. What happened with Dylan to Oregon? I still think it's a likelihood at this point. Chances Dylan back out the portal. That's gone. That's not his bridge is burnt here, man. It just is. Harry Potter's not a Christmas movie. I mean the Christmas scenes in Harry Potter are pretty cool. You know what I mean? Like I was a big Potterhead when I was growing up, but it's not like a Christmas movie. I don't watch Harry Potter on Christmas, but I do. I'd say the best Harry Potter movie is the fifth one, The Order of the Phoenix. That's also the best book. It's also the best book. So, Home Alone. Yeah, I get Home Alone is not the best Christmas movie though. It's Elf. It is Elf. Home Alone's good, but it's still Elf. It will always be Elf. It will always be Elf. It will always be Elf. Favorite restaurant in Omaha? I feel like I get this question every single live stream. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like every single live stream I forget what I said last time. I don't even know, bro. I'm going to I'm getting some Chinese tomorrow, so probably just whatever Chinese place I go to. What are some studs that can enter the portal here soon? Probably Willis McGay. That's about it. I don't even think we're gonna lose so many studs at this point. Favorite player ever and why? Wan'Dale Robinson. He was just dynamic, man. Plays a true freshman. I always liked JD Spielman. I liked Amir, obviously. I liked Alonzo Moore. So. I don't think this will happen. Comments on Roy Manning. I like him. I think it's a good low-risk hire with high upside. You remind me of Matt Rife. I'm familiar with the name. I don't watch him, though, so I don't really know. Do you think Dylan wanted to come back to the coaching? Do you think if Dylan wanted to come back, the coaching staff would let him? Probably not. I just think it's all burnt. It's all burnt at this point. Valentino's is overrated. I agree with that. I do agree. However, they used to have a Valentino's like restaurant where they had like a it was all you can eat, and it was basically like it was like a Pizza Hut setup. You know, you go in, it was a buffet. It was a Valentino's buffet. That was good. However, multiple times I went there as a kid and I got food poisoning, and then it got shut down. Probably because it gave people food poisoning. But that was good. Elf. Favorite in Millard. Dude, did they even have, restaurant? I'm not gonna lie, I don't live in Millard. I went to high school in Millard, but I don't live in Millard. I live in like the Papillion era. But favorite in Millard, what's even in Millard, dude? Like from a restaurant standpoint? Okay, A+ Mongolian Grill, dude. It's A+ Mongolian Grill. That's what it is. That's what it be. A+ Mongolian Grill in Millard. That's in the Millard district, kind of. That's a hot take. That's where I might be tomorrow. I might be at A+ tomorrow. I might be there. You never know. Do you like Fluff Bothwell? Yeah, no, he's a stud, man. A heck of a year. I wouldn't mind if he entered the portal again. I wouldn't mind. It's a Wonderful Life, the best. Yes, I'm gonna watch. I was gonna watch that today. I'm honestly, that's probably gonna be the one to watch tonight. Good point. That's probably gonna be the one. Y'all remember the Valentino Smiley fries? I do. Again, I think that's what gave me food poisoning, dude, as a kid. That's why I got shut down. That's why that place got shut down, because it gave me food poisoning. Those Smiley fries. I remember that specifically. Those things were made of chemicals and chemicals alone. There were no potatoes in those fries. It was all chemicals and, dude, goobly-gook in there, man. What's up? What's up, my man? What's up, Brandon? How you doing? Old Country Buffet? I'm not gonna lie. I don't know that. I don't know. Okay, guys. Fairbury hot dogs. I do like Fairbury hot dogs. Those are solid. Those are fire. Prince of Mukamara, one of the best DBs Husker history. I agree with you. Thank you for the super chat, my man. Jackson, thank you. All right, guys. We got to get out of here. I got stuff to do tonight. What do I want to leave you guys on? Okay, we got one last thing here. So, hold on. Any smoke on Marcus Stokes? He ain't coming here. He got baggage too. He got baggage. He has some stuff that happened in his past I just don't want to mess with. Cajun Chick-fil-A, Popeyes or Dave's Hot Chicken. I'm doing an alternate. Popeyes or Dave's Hot Chicken. That's what it is. I mean, I don't know. Cane's just had. I mean, I used to really like Cane's, but I don't really like Cane's anymore, to be honest with you. Chick-fil-A, I just don't even eat Chick-fil-A that much, to be honest, either. I mean, it's really Popeyes. I like Popeyes. I like Popeyes. Like the more down south it is, man, that's I gravitate towards that. Like I gotta go into Popeyes and they gotta like make fun of me for getting Popeyes. They gotta like cuss me out. They gotta say, oh, they gotta like not wait to take my order until like 5 minutes after I enter the restaurant. That's the best. Rather than going to Chick-fil-A and then they walk and they just say whatever, Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm just not a Canes guy. I just think Canes is, I don't know. I used to like it. I mean, I still like it, but it's just I really don't eat fast food like that. I can't even say. W Stream, appreciate you. All right, guys, I gotta get out of here, man. I gotta get out. I want to continue to get comments, but I gotta leave. All right, guys. We'll be back tomorrow, 9 o'clock on the channel, per usual, talking about the 2026 schedule. So be there. It'll be a good one. We'll talk about some portal these next couple of days. Try to do 2 videos a day. Keep that up. Try to end the month strong. Well, next time we go live will be probably next week, Sunday or Monday night. Then we'll go live after the bowl game, per usual. And yeah. All right, guys. Go Big Red. Go Matt Rule. Take it easy. Enjoy Christmas. This will be the last live stream before Christmas. So everybody enjoy Christmas. Hope you guys had a fun live. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.